I'm just going to start recording. And I do have, like I said, since it is our last class, we're probably just going to breeze over through the last few lessons we have. But I wanted to share some stuff on YouTube that can be readily available to you guys. I find it really helpful. It's also really entertaining. I don't know if anybody has children. I think it was our last class. Someone had asked more about conversational stuff that they could use with their children. But there's a really great program in Mohawk. It's called Duda Dehno Okwali. So Duda meaning what we would call as a grandmother, grandfather, and Okwali is bear. So it's just a nice, cute little kid show for using the language with grandma and a bear. So I'll show that, but first off, I'd like to go and start with our opening. This also gives people time to log in, get our day started right, able to give thanks for all that we have and that we're being here together. Even though I'm kind of sad it's the last day. Okay, so we'll just start here. Ne o ganto ni ganjo goda and se wada hosio ste what gali hoyanda kwe undo ne. Ne e yundili hodi hentos sungwawi ne gan holadunsa. Ne o ezo scano de wanotonio, ne gadine de walhage I nyale eska yinjidawayo ne watni gula, eska G dende wanu holado. Eto gadinaya tohage ne watni gula. Dietina holado ne ungwe sua, ne aguego scana agahage, eto gadinaya tohage ne watni gula. Dietina holado yetini stahaji honjade. Eto watnui aguego loyant wat ne sangwai dizo. Eto na yotohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne gahni galunyo. Enganya dalunyo ge, engahni goanasage, engahyo hadenyo ge, ne oni ayo nawelodo ge. Eto na yotohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne gunjo sua, ne se onge. Eto nue na yotohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne yutoduni, eto nue galunyo ne onunkwa, disego gayat degen hatsela. Eto na yatohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne junhekwa, ne jauha joli hawana ne yona ne danyo sungwaranat salawi. Eto na yatohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne wahyanyuta, ne ohando ne nihondesa. Eto na yotohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne gahne galunyo, ne ohando ne ohwata. Eto na yotohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne gundilyo. Gundi da kinunjis dehno gundi jinunjis. Eto wahni oni ohando ne oskinundo. Eto na yotohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne deyoh wala walye. Ne gadi jinue yodaduni yoda alolo ladina dunkwa. Eto na yotohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne ladiwelas. Ne engali wayandakwa ne o neganos en hadi huizage. Eto na yotohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne enjege galakwa ne lawelo de hoswatedo ji yohunjade. Eto na yotohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne asotahneka wahni delagis. Yetisota dietina holadunkwa. Eto na yotohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne yojistokolunyo ji galu yodagis. Eto na yotohage ne ngwatni gula. Dietina holado ne gaeli ni ngwaidage. Ludelo yage lono. Ne wahi yung kia de nuna adjus. Eto na ito hage ne yung guat ni gula. The cheetah one walado ne sungwa diesel galon hiage tanagale ne wahi chat de wat ni salage sego da yung guahaje ne laudini densala. Eto na ito hage ne yung guat ni gula. To ni wanage. Okay, so everyone, I see we had some more log in. Just going to bring up a new screen here. And check some messages. Oh, yes. So how's everyone dealing with the foggy weather? Do they got all the smoke coming their way? Anybody seeing gray skies or blue skies today?
I've had to stay inside with the windows closed because I get asthmatic as soon as I go out the door.
Oh, that's
It's really
terrible.
bad here in Ottawa, where it's
Is it?
terrible.
Oh, yeah, I can't imagine. I know even around here they've canceled a few like kids sporting events. Just because the weather.
All our stuff is closed. Yeah, the schools are keeping the kids in at recess. All outdoor activities are canceled. The Red Blacks even had our football team, they had a practice and they had to move it inside one of the pavilion buildings because you can't do any kind of physical exercise outside. You can't breathe.
No, it's just so crazy. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I had my nephew was playing lacrosse out in Peterborough yesterday, and they had to take breaks during the game, and they couldn't even. The sky was so gray, and we were only a few hours away, and we had nice blue skies, thankfully, yesterday. Oh wow, you had to wear a mask, Ange. That must be pretty bad where you guys are.
It's not like as severe as up north yet, but because I'm on the edge of the mountain in Hamilton, we've got like the worst pollution density for Hamilton right now, like at the air stations.
Oh, Central New York. Wow. Yeah, I think I seen something from the Yankees game the other night, and I thought it was fake. The sky was so gray.
Yeah, and I'm like about 5 hours northwest of New York, and it wasn't bad until yesterday. And then today when I woke up, it looked worse. And I too have asthma, so I tried to open the window and the patio door yesterday, and my eyes were irritated for hours after that. And I only opened it up for a couple minutes. I had to close it. I thought there was a fire at the other end of the building, and it wasn't. It's the smoke. So
yeah, that's just blowing my mind how how bad it is and how far it's covering.
well, they evacuated the last report I heard, 16,400 people were evacuated up there.
Oh,
And about 6.7 million acres had burned. That was yesterday's report.
wow.
Yeah, it's sad, very sad.
So I guess we can also go into the opening that I just did for us. So within that opening, if you would hear the longer version of it, I would go on to talk about just giving thanks. Maybe giving thanks to the wind. Hopefully they can blow it out to the ocean. Giving thanks that all of our people and loved ones can be safe, animals, foods, waters aren't polluted. So I forgot how good it is to actually be saying that every day, and it reminds you to be thankful for the things that you do have, and also put forward that positive thoughts for others that may not be experiencing the best things right now. So if you have a pen and paper handy, I have brought up on the screen. This is just through YouTube. And if you notice on the top here in my search, okay, it has Ongwawana Gunjokwa. So they have some really good resources and videos along here. It will help, especially for second language learners, how Ganyan Gehaga works. So we're going to be doing a little bit of this noun incorporation today. So I thought this would be a good video to share with you guys, maybe help explain it better. And if you have any questions or you weren't sure or paying attention or internet, whatever happened, that you can just write this down and you can go back and look at it on your own. So just make this a little bigger.
Yungeha, or any Iroquoian language, is that a single one of our words is the equivalent of a whole sentence in English. For example, the word Ronasquahetka can be translated as he has an ugly animal. And the word Yagonaktillo can be translated as she has a nice bed. And the word Rodinosagayo can be translated as they have an old house. At first glance, these words are completely different, and students in other programs learn them as separate and unrelated. But students at Ongwawana do not learn or see these as whole words. Instead, they are taught the small bits of meaning contained within those words, bits of meaning that we call roots that have to do with he and she and they, and houses and beds and animals, and nice and old and ugly. The students learn how to assemble these roots into whole words. They also learn how to substitute she for he and they for she, and bed for house, and animal for bed, and old for nice, and ugly for old. Students learn how to create a large number of words from a small number of roots. For example, in just a few weeks, students learn how to combine 11 prefixes and 70 noun roots and 20 verb roots, a total of 101 roots that can be together combined to create more than 15,000 words. The root word method works because it's much easier and faster to learn 100 roots than it is to learn 15,000 words. In the entire year, students have to learn approximately 600 roots, plus 200 prefixes and suffixes, and the rules for putting them together, and the exceptions. But once they've learned these 800 bits of meaning, students can create literally millions of single words. Students using the root word method then are not remembering words that they've been taught, because it's impossible to teach a million words, let alone learn or remember them. Instead, students are learning how to think in the language. They're not trying to remember what someone told them. They're thinking how to say what they want to say. The root word method was first developed by David Gonadawako Miracle and later refined by Ongwawana. Because Ganyongeha and other Iroquoian languages share the same grammar and structure, the root word method can easily be used by other language groups. At present, the only other language program using the root word method is the Adult Immersion Program at Tyendinaga.
Okay, so that is a little bit of information on the root word method we'll be looking at. Also to let you know, I know that was an old video, but if you were to look them up and you were interested in carrying on with some lessons, I know they do offer a course. I believe it's online. I'm not 100% sure, but last time I checked, they were doing intake for an online course. Okay, let me just see where I was. So today we are going to be looking at emotional states and how we turn them into future and past tenses. And yes, there was a copy of the opening in the curriculum that was sent out of this. If not, I can send this one out again or email it. So this is just my PowerPoint, but I do believe that an actual PDF might have been sent out.
So the copy, I shared earlier the link to the Google Learner resource file. If you scroll up through the chat, that link will bring you to a Google file, and it has 3 documents in it. One is the PDF copy of the language course.
Yep. And I believe that is the first lesson. Okay, so future emotional and mental states. So we're going to be looking at how we would turn a root word into meaning a past or future state. So in each one of these, like in the video we just watched, there are 3 parts to a word. So we don't only have one word. We can turn a whole sentence into one word in Ganyangehaga. So we have the root word of sad. Ni gu laksa. So ni gu laksa. And you notice we have that glottal right up top here. So does anybody remember what kind of stem that would be?
Glottals make it a C stem.
Ah, nitgaeli. That is correct. A C stem. So the root word nigulaksa would be a C stem word. So if you see down here, we have this wage. This would be a blue prefix, a blue C stem prefix. So wage ni, oh, actually, let me start with the present. Wage nigu laksa. Wage nigu laksa. I am sad. Sa nigu laksa. You are sad. Sa nigu laksa. Lo nigu laksa. He is sad. Lo nigu laksa. Yago nigu laksa. She is sad. Yago nigu laksa. So if we wanted to say that yesterday I was sad, it would sound like this. Wage nigu laksa ne. So if you notice that at the end, we've added the ne sound. Wage nigu laksa ne. Sa nigu laksa ne. You were sad. And I'm just going to throw in a secondary word of tadonle. Tadonle means yesterday. Tadonle. Tadonle sa nigu laksa. Oh, sorry. Tadonle sa nigu laksa ne. Yesterday you were sad. Tadonle lo nigu laksa ne. Yesterday he was sad. Tadonle lo nigu laksa ne. Tadonle yago nigu laksa ne. Yesterday she was sad. tadole, yagot nigu laksahne. So you're starting to see the pattern there that we have the suffix ending of the na, na, na. And there's some of those fun combination sounds we were talking about earlier. Like K1, and it's a real aspirated ne. Sa, ne. Wagate nigo lak sa ne. So if we go to the other end of our chart here, we have the future. So for tomorrow, we would say you'll ne. You'll ne. So there's kind of that R rolling sound. You'll ne. You'll ne. Wage nigu laksahage. So if you hear when I say the word for tomorrow, and the tense we have for tomorrow that's been tacked onto the word and wage nigu laksahage. So the suffix that has been added is hage. And wage nigu laksahage. And yohane and wage nigu laksahane. G whiskado. Whiskado means Friday. So if you think about it, the days of the week, we had the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's the 5th day of the week. Whisk, meaning 5. Whiskado. And Yolhane and Wage nigu laksahane. G whiskado. Now, if I wanted to say Thursday, I would say gaye lihado. And Yohane and Wage nigu laksahage. G gaye lihado. I'm sad. I'm going to be sad tomorrow because it's Thursday. Or maybe I can say, I'm going to be sad tomorrow because our class is ended. And I could probably ask you, Satni gu laksahane ga? Will you be sad? And Satni gu laksahane. Oh, and Satni gu laksahage. And Satni gu laksahage. And hope nigu laksahage. He will be sad. And Yohane and hope nigu laksahane. And so if you noticed here on the male prefix we have here, it was lot nigu laksa. Lot nigu laksahne. But because we have this future tense added on to the word, the R turns into an H. So it now becomes ho nigu laksahage. Ho nigu laksahage. And then the last one, yohane yago nigu laksahage. Tomorrow she will be sad. And Yohane and Yago nigu laksahane. So there's just a breakdown of the words. If you have the time or you want to refresh, this is included in your PDF. So it just talks about the future tense. It's all en, added on with your personal prefix. So it's written in blue. The blue prefix for me is wage, sa, ho, yago. And then we have the root word nigulaksa. And then the suffix that was ended to mean hage, future tense. So as we go down through the charts here, there are just some different words on how to say it. So this was intended to use as a class activity. But we're just kind of skimming through today. Okay. So, and just asking about the wa, meaning pass. So when we use the wa, that is the past tense we're going to use for red prefixes. So if you notice the blue prefixes that we're using here, they're added on to the end. So for the word pleased, wage ni gu la seluni, wage ni gu la seluni. And in the past, wage ni gu la seluni ne. But if we were to look at some red prefix words, the past tense wa would be added on the beginning. And actually that just gets a little more confusing when we go into some words. Yeah, and there's a whole other bucket of different types of tenses. We would have a conditional tense, a definite tense, an indefinite tense. So with this course that I did, I just tried to stick with the basics, kind of a jumping off point. But like I said, if you look into the Ungwawana program, they really go more in depth with that type of thing. Okay, so the word for today. Oh, did you mean the words for like yesterday, today, and tomorrow?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I know one of them. I know Enyahane, but I'm not saying it right. Enyahane.
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 Okay. To everyone. So, Enyahane. Enyahane. And we have te. Enyahane tomorrow. Te dole yesterday. And we would use the word uwa. Let me see. for today. Okay. And we would use the word ua wehni selade for today. Yohane tadole ua wehni selade. But you'll also hear me just use the word ua. Ua for right now. I think it's just assumed that you know I'm talking about the date, the day, when I would say ua.
Okay, so there's no other word for today then, like a shorter version? I mean, other than unwa.
No.
Okay,
But-
that's what I was looking for, like a shorter version.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I think you would just, it would be assumed that you were talking in like today, tomorrow, but that wehni selade, that would be, you're talking specifically about today.
Oh, okay.
Like, yolako day, sunny. I could say, ua wehni selade yolako day.
Today's sunny.
Yeah, today is sunny. But
Okay.
if we were already talking about the weather, maybe we could say Yolako de Tadale, Yolako de Uwa, Dehno Yolako de Ayohane. Like we knew we were already talking in days in the weather. So I just said it was sunny yesterday, sunny today. See how I just shortened it to Uwa
Hmm.
and then Tadale.
Darling.
But if you're referring to today, I would probably use Wetni Salade.
Okay.
Like you could say Wagatnuni Uwa Wetni Salade. I am happy today. And I think we had that word in here. Shall I play?
Yeah, Wagatsununi.
Yeah. So that's a fun word. Wagatsenuni. So I would say Uwa Wehni Salade Wagatsenuni. Uwa Wehni Salade Satsenuni. So today you are happy. Uwa Wehni Salade Lotsenuni. Today he is happy. And Uwa Wehni Salade Yagotsenuni. Today she is happy. Now, if we were to talk about the past, as in yesterday, Tadale Wagatsenuni ne. I was happy yesterday. Tadale Wagatsenuni ne. Tadole Satsenuni ne. Yesterday you were happy. Satsenuni ne. Tadole Lutsenuni ne. Lotsenuni ne. He was happy. Tadole Yagotsenuni ne. Yesterday she was happy. Yagotsenuni ne. So again, there's the fun sound of that TSHEN together, or even just the TS. It's the tss, tss. It's like your tongue's at the top of the roof of your mouth and kind of making like that tss, like a snake would sound. Wagat he nunihne. Yago se nunihne. So even just practicing the sounds is a fun task. Wagatsenunihne. So if I were to say, use the future tense for tomorrow, and you'll hane, and you'll hane. It's almost like you'll times. And you'll hane and wagatse nuni hage. Tomorrow I will be happy. And yohane wagatse nuni hage. So when you're talking in the language, like when we had watched in the video, they talked about the prefixes, adding on to the root words. So you're really queuing up your ears to listen for those wage, sa, lo, yago. Those will really tell you who you're talking about. And the same thing with future and past states. So ayohane and satsenuni hage. Tomorrow, who be sad? Or sorry, who will be happy? And satsenuni hage. Just throw it in your chat if you know the answer. And yohane and satsenuni hage. Tomorrow, who will be happy? Anyone identify our prefix there? Oh, close. So sa would be you. So if I were to say and hotsenuni hage and yohane and hotsenuni hage would be him. Tomorrow he will be happy. And then we have a female and yago. Yago would be the prefix for female. And yago senuni hage. And yohane and yago senuni hage. Okay, we'll try that one again. We'll see if we can identify who I'm talking about.
Could you
So
just go through the future tense again? Just pronounce
sure
it,
can.
because
Yeah.
I misheard when you would, I thought it was the Suts one that you had said, not the Huts one. That's why I said he. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So, and wagatsenuni hage, I am going to be happy. And satsenuni hage, you are going to be happy. And hotsenuni hage, he is going to be happy. And yagotsenuni hage, she is going to be happy. Oh, yes, Janet, that's that other bucket. Yeah, so that's when we would get into the indefinite, definite, maybe someone's a doer of it, it does it habitually, there may be a conditional state. Yeah, for using those different types of states. Because we could change this one word of wagatsanuni, I'm happy, and it can be used in at least 7 different tenses that I could think of off my head. Yeah, it gets because I know with the Ungwawana Genjokwa, the YouTube video I just showed you, they're spending all year, 2-3 years sometimes, all day long, just learning these tenses and how to use them correctly. Not to mention how to negate them. Okay. So pop quiz. Who am I talking about when I say and wagatse nu nihage? And wagatse nu nihage. I.
In the future though.
Yep, in the future. I will be happy tomorrow. And wagatse nu nihage. And let's try and hotse nu nihage. And hotse
He
nu
will.
nihage. Yes. Because it changes from lutsenuni. He is happy. He is happy. So I'm just going to scroll over. So here's some more words you can play around with. For lazy and dolha, laughing, wagyeso. I know there's quite a few charts I added in with this. So if you're practicing with doing different states, this would be a good little activity for you to work through. So these are all the same activities we had just did. This one right here is all the additional vocabulary. So like you had asked, it's all there for time terms. Here's a new one, tonight and yoga lot way. So, and if you notice the en and yoga lot way, it is coming. This evening, tonight, and yoga lot way, tomorrow, and yohane. And we can say this morning, si yol ha shulhuge. Si yol huge. So you'll notice it sounds different when I pronounce it sound by sound, but when it comes together, it sounds differently. So let me see if I can separate. Nope, it's not gonna let me in there. And I don't know what I just did. Nope. Okay. So I guess we're staying here with this. So si yol hu ge, if I were to pronounce it sound by sound, but when we're saying it all together, siol hu ge. Siol hu ge. And then we look over to some particles here we have for nouns. So we have when, no, na, no, no, na. Good or nice, yo yanale, always, jutgo, jutgo. So this one, G, can be used as because. It can also be used in other words or sentences as a joiner. Like we could use it, wagatsenuni G yolakode. Wagatsenuni G yolakode. I'm happy because it is sunny. We have that. Tiga. Tiga. And if. Doga. And that's also another twofer. If you haven't picked up on the twofers we have in Mohawk, there is a ton of them. So doga can also mean like, I don't know, doga. And it can also be put into a sentence. Yes, Janet.
For the word nuna, when, that's not the same as like when if you're asking a question.
No, no, that's not the same. So what you're thinking of is gutge.
Oh, sure, gotke. I was getting
Mhm.
mixed up with the noon way, which is where.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Way nuna, nona.
Gotke.
So this additional vocabulary I had put in here was meant to be used with the assignment. So like it would have the translations in here. So that's what this particular words are meant. Like I said, doga can mean if. And if we look down in the assignments, they would be using if. She is going to be poor if she is always buying. So that's when that doga would be used. But then, like I said, there may be another time when someone will ask you a question and you say, doga, I don't know. And then I'm going to spin your head around even more. For I don't know, you can also say, ya de waga de yandale. Ya de waga de yandale. So this little course we're doing right now is just a little tidbit of a headache. And I don't know if I'm the best person to be doing this because we do jump around a lot. Just like we're going to do right now. We have a little box of nouns right here. For clothes, gwenya, fish, gunjok, house, ganusa, school, jiyundawiya dakwa, his girlfriends or his girlfriend, lauya daze tsela, lauya daze tsela, and will rain, yoganole. Yoganole. So yes, if you were to look at these words down here, they're just to be what is included in the assignment. And another translation assignment. So with that being said, just want to go back and find my YouTube. Oh, no. And share some more videos. It's kind of like the last day, play day type thing. Yeah, damn. Tosuke. Yeah, there's so many twofers. Okay, I'm just trying to see which one I'm sharing here. Okay, does everyone see the YouTube screen that's up?
No.
No? Okay. Start from the beginning there. How about that one?
Huh.
Okay. Okay, so these are some fun ones here, talking about going places.
Jotkut katsotaan rohkeiksi, että jojaksi. Katsotaan rokhaa on juukelahve. Ja harehti voi katsotaan rohkeiksi. Katsotaan rohkeiksi. Katsotaan rohkeiksi. Niirleksi.
Helen Hadsell was able to win any competition she took part in.
Toto de Harunia Juanes ne Sewadis. Da Harunia Juana Ayografe. Ya Ara Ha de Harunia Juana. Wa Hanunya Juane Lua. De Hanunya Juane.
Niirleksi.
De Hanunya Juane. De Hanunya Juane Siogra.
And here's another fun one just to practice the sounds.
Hello, my name is Megan, and I'm going to be explaining stresses, accent, and pronunciation. This is a short stress. A short stress is pronounced a little louder, a little punchier, with a slightly rising tone. We use a short stress when the vowel being stressed is followed by two or more consonants, or by the letter H in the vowel. Ata, kakwa, ohaha. This is a long stress. You pronounce the long stress by emphasizing that syllable slightly louder, and you hold it a little longer with a slightly rising tone. We use the long stress when the vowel being stressed is followed by a single consonant in a vowel, or when it's followed by glottal mark in a vowel. Oirla, onunda, saruari. This is the falling tone. The falling tone uses a down stress mark on the vowel followed by a colon. You pronounce this by holding that syllable longer, louder, with the falling tone. A falling tone is used when the vowel being stressed is followed by one of these glottal or H combinations. Uchikeda, ajadu, gagan. This is a glottal stop. You pronounce that by briefly cutting the air with the teeth. Kind of like in English when we say uh-oh. You can hear the air stop between the two syllables. This is how we would write that stop using Ganyakeha. On the Unzura, the Arna. I hope this video has helped you on your journey to learning Ganyakeha.
So that's just some little fun videos there. I found them really useful when I was teaching the kids, keeps everyone interested. And it's a good way after this class has ended to go back, just refresh, like get down that YouTube rabbit hole. There's so many other resources out there. I found YouTube was really, really useful too. So it's about 11:30 now. I'm going to give everyone a 10-minute break to go grab some coffee, go to the bathroom, feed the dogs, cats, birds, whatever you may have. And we'll be back here at 22. Okay, how?
Just to let you know, Alicia, we have had Letitia join us at the break there, so she's here with us now.
Yes,
I've added her
I see.
Good, great. And I've just restarted the recording.
Okay, Sego, welcome back. For this last session we're going to do, I honestly can't believe we're actually touching on these ones. And I apologize if it's been a wind world of information just vomited on you. And I hope I never scared anyone away. But we are going to be looking at some words that will be used in describing a person. So on the screen here, I have a chart of words used to describe people. If we had had more time, I would say a whole day for this lesson here, maybe a whole week. We could have a lot of fun with this. So what I would like to use this lesson is I would have the students bring in pictures of family members. So this is how we would use this activity on how to describe a person. Once we become more familiar with the wording, I like to have a game of guess who. So that was always a fun one. It's important when you're learning a language to try and make it as fun as possible. Okay. So as you can see, we have here I, you, easy, him, lauha, her, agauha. But today, for time reasons, I will just be using the me. So if you had noticed, a lot of the words here have the blue prefixes. So the blue prefixes are the wages. Wage, wage, wage. So if I were to be talking about myself and I wanted to describe myself to someone, I might say that I have long hair. Wage non quizeles. Wage non quizeles. I have long hair. Wage non quizeles. And maybe if you had met me a few years ago, I could use this, that I had short hair. Ni wagenuquiselesta. Ni wagenuquiselesa. And the word for hair would be onunquis. Onunquis. I should have said that in the first place. Because once I'm going down these words, you're going to hear that root word of onunquis. So we have it here. Nunquis wagenunquiseles, ni wagenunquiselesa. And for curly hair, wagenogali. Wagenogali. And you'll notice for anyone that has the question why it didn't have the onunquis, because the quis was left off to add on the curly part of that, ali. Wagenuquali. Sorry. That one should be wagenugali. Kari. Gali. Wagenugali. And then we come down here to straight hair. Deyot da coalition. Deyot da coalition. Ni wagenunquiselode. Ni wagenunquiselode. So that word, ni wagenunquiselode, it refers to having a certain type of hair. So you're describing a particular type of hair you have. So the word we have up here, deyot da coalition, would mean straight. Deyot da coalition. Ni waquisalode. So I have a straight type of hair. And I'm only mentioning this because the next word we have has color hair. So it would be a blank. You would add in the color of the type of hair you would have. So say I have red hair. I could say oneguatala ni wagenunquiselode. I have red hair. Ni oneguatala, red. Ni wagenunquiselode. Or maybe you like to dye your hair those crazy colors and you have blue hair. So you could say oluya ni wagenunquiselode. I have blue hair, or blue is the type of hair that I have, if you wanted the literal translation of it. So here's also another way to talk about having light hair. On my interpretation of this is because naturally our hair does get lighter or white. Oh, so you definitely could have used that one, Ange. Oluya ni wagenunquiselode. Where's my spotlight go? So if you were to say you have white or light hair, wagenunquiselaga. So if you hear that word galaga, galaga means white. So that word was just added on, as you can see, to the end. Wage no quiselalaga. And I didn't say it right the first time. I forgot the law, double law. So wage no quiselalaga. I have white hair or light hair. Yep, so we got another one. Linda can use that. ni or wage nunqui se la laga. Wage nunqui se la laga. And some of us may have dark hair. And we would say it like this. Wage nunqui se la hunji. So the word for black or dark would be gahunji. So just like the white, we added on wage nunqui se la laga, galago for white. We would add on gahunji, but we're just taking the hunji part to make it wage nunqui se la hunji. Wage nunqui se la hunji. Okay, so that would you're going to be using quite a line of words there, Linda. So long, curly, light hair. So you could say wageno quiseles, dehno wagenu gully. Dehno wageno quiselalaga. Yeah, so that's a lot of words to describe. So I would almost just pick one to practice on. But this may be the easiest one if you had no hair. You would use this word of wage nu selode. Yeah, I was thinking that in my head too, if there was a way to incorporate all of those prefixes and suffixes, and but I'm pretty sure it would probably be a list. It would be a list, or possibly comparing your hair to a certain type of maybe another person, or perhaps an animal. I don't know how that would go, but we could spend a whole lesson on trying to figure that word out. Yep, you could say that too. Wageno quiseles. Dehno. Oh, curly. I think I would have to find just the standalone word for curly. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, if you notice that, how it's incorporated for curly hair, wagenu gully, and straight hair is described as deodatqualisho. So yeah, there's definitely a way we could incorporate those, just different ways of saying it. But if we're looking down here for the one of bald, it doesn't have the word onunquis at all. There's no root word of nunquis. And if you look right here, the prefix we have is wage, meaning me. Nu uns. Nu selode. Wage nu selode. And the word that sticks in my head is oneusila. So oneusila means a squash or a pumpkin. So I think they're using that word, like that bald look that you have from those type of vegetables. Wage no uselode. And that would be correct to not have the root word of nunquis, because there is no hair. Okay, so just like we had a type of hair color, ni wagenukui se lode, we would use the beginning, ni, and lodes for a type of eye color, for a type of eye. So it would sound like this. Ni wak galodes. Ni wak galodes. So I would say ohesa, brown, ni wak galodes is the type of eyes I have. Adagala is gray. Adagala. So maybe on a side note over here, if I look on to the hazel. Yeah, that's a funny one. Because it's not really gray and it's not green, but it's not blue. You could, what I might use is not dewasoquis. Not dewa. Not dewa. It's funny because I'm saying it in my head, but it's not coming out properly. But it would be the word where it's multiple colors. So greenish brown. So maybe we could say Ohande dehno ohesa niwagalodes. So we're just using the language we have to create our own description. Ohande would be green. Brown is ohesa. Ohande ohesa niwagalodes. Now I'm going to ask around if there's a word for hazel, because there's got to be a description for that one. So now we can move on to, do I wear glasses? Dewagat galanha. De wagat galanha. De wagat galanha. So the word for just glasses is at galanha. At galanha, glasses. And you see how we're incorporating these words, and you can really hear the root word of glasses. Dewagat galanha. Dewagat galanha. I wear glasses. Down to a beard. I kind of want to skip this because I don't want to say that any of us have a beard. And it's not really a word I'm super familiar with. This is kind of a new one that I found, but I thought it'd be good to put on here. Especially when describing some males in your family, which was one of the assignments I asked for. So I thought this would be a good word to use. Oh no. No, I don't know if I want to use that one for you, Ange. Okay, but if you would want to use it for yourself, you could use this word. Wagat gu stu hode. Wagat gu stu hode. I see everyone's airing their dirty laundry on the chat board here. Wagat gusto hode. Or maybe we can say guk niwa'a. Guk niwa'a would mean small. Guk niwa'a. No. Dosuke, you could use that then. Wagut gusto hode. So that would be a great word to use. Now, Ange, now it's got me thinking, how would I describe you? Would you prefer the male tense or the female tense?
In Ganya Githa, I usually use like Yago because
Mhm.
it's she, they, someone.
Yeah.
We'll use it as a singular they.
Mhm.
Because of the way that Ganya Githa defaults. In English, I just use they, them.
Yeah.
But depending on what language it is, I adapt, and I'm not offended either way.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting. Well, I hope it's going good for you. And now we can go on to the big nose part, because I'm sure we all want to describe that. Big nose, small nose, big lips, and I see a typo here. Small, that's supposed to be lips, fair skin, dark skin, and freckles. So remember the word for big is gowana. Gowana. So we're going to hear that in our word incorporations now. So we have wagate new sawana. Wagate new sawana. Wagate new sa'a. So niwa'a is small. Wagate new sa'a. I have a big nose. I have a small nose. Wagate new sa'a. Wagate new sawana. And the root word for nose is onusa. Onusa. Wagate new sawana. Wagate new sa'a. So now we're going on to the lips. So some people might be paying for these. Gisket dowana. Or giskunt dowana. Giskunt da'a. Giskunt dowana or giskunt da'a. So that's the root word for lips, osunkela. Osunkela. Gisket dowana, big lips. Gisket da'a, small lips. And again, we're going down to describing our skin. We have light, lago, like galago, white, gahunji, dark or black. So I would say for a fair skin, if I'm fair skin, I would say gi negal, gi nelaga, gi nelaga. And if I were to say I'm dark skin, gi nahunji, gi nahunji, gi nalaga. I am light skin, fair skin, or I'm dark skin, gi nahunji. And the root word for skin is just ohna, ohna. So if you see that root word in there, gi nalaga, my skin is light. Or gi nahunji, my skin is dark. And we have some freckles here. We got any freckly people out there in the Zoom land? So this is a fun word. You might have heard it in the opening. Ah, frecklies. Does your freckles come out a lot more in the summer? Can you hide them in the winter? Oh, we got a lot of frecklies. So the word you can use for that would be, yep, the word for stars. So again, going back to a descriptive language, that's probably the only way they could describe that. Yeah, same way. I always forget that I have freckles until summertime comes around. So we have yoji sto gualunyo. So that's the same word for stars. Yoji sto gualunyo. So it's just describing that it looks like you have stars on your face, which I think that sounds a lot nicer in Gunyat Gihaga than freckles. So yoji sto gualunyo ge gu sage. Ge gu sage. So the word if for face is ogusa. Ogusa. And then you'll hear that ge gu sage. Yoji sto gualunyo ge gu sage. So ge gu sage. So what time do we got here?
What was that root again, Alicia? Sorry. The
For face.
Usa was face.
Yep.
Okay,
Gusa.
thank you.
Ogusa. Yep, you could do it with oyada too. Gayat dage. Yep, oyada is body, but we're dropping the o to add on that prefix of gay for me. So it would be gay. I'll throw in the y. Gayat. Gayat dage. Or actually, I think this sounds more familiar to me. Instead of gayat dage, it would just drop down to gyat dage. Yeah. Yeah, the E drops there. And sometimes there's not even like real hard concrete rules in Ganyak Gehage. It's just what sounds better. Gayat Dage, because as I was saying it, I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Something's just a little off. So Gyat Dage is how I would say on my body. So Yoji Stokwalunyo Gyat Dage. Okay, let me see what we have here. So just like we were using actually lesson 9, this kind of segues perfectly. I'm just going to touch on this a bit because I believe Julie wanted a little bit of your time. And I also want to show you a few more fun clips on the internet. But when we're talking with environmental nouns, body being one of them, how we talked about that gyat dage on my body, we would incorporate the suffixes of age. So if you could see, we have the root word of boat. A standalone boat is just a gahuea. And if we were to say because usually you are in a boat, you could say gahueyage. And see how we use that root word of oyada. Oyada means body. And we turned it into gyatdage, on my body. So like if we were to say on the land, this one down here. So land is ohwenja. And then we would turn it to talk about something on the land, ohwenjage. So ohwenja, just plain standalone land, and ohwenjage, on the land. So I have another list here of different type of nouns that could be used it. Like we could talk about a gilhide is a tree, the standalone. Gilhide, gilhidage. So maybe we wanted to say something is on the tree. Gilhidage, or something is in the tree. Perhaps there's a bird. Oji da'a gilhidage. A bird is in the tree or on the tree. Another one for town. So this can also be used like I'm going into town. So the standalone word for town is ganada. And if we were to say that we are in town, maybe we're getting groceries, we could say ganadago, or I'm going to town. Ganadago wage. And that wage I added just means that I'm on my way, I'm going, I'm moving. Ganadago wage. So there's just a little chart that can be completed there. Any questions on that one? Because it's pretty straightforward. This is a lot of times what you're going to see. Like in the field or garden, we have planters. Just the field would be gaheta. And maybe you're in the garden planting or watering, you can say gahetage. Adaala is a fence. Something, maybe you could even use that as the phrase like you're on the fence about a certain subject. You can say adaalage. I'm on the fence, or it's on the fence, sorry. And then the last one we had for lesson 10 was noun incorporations. So we kind of went a little bit into this at the beginning of the class, the video I showed you, talking about the root word system. So this is the way that is an easier way, I guess you could say, of learning the Ganyangehaga language, just how it's laid out. So you've already been familiar with the prefixes. So as you can see, we have the red prefixes and the blue prefixes, and we're adding on the suffixes here. So to say a house is just ganusa. Ga meaning it, nu is the root word, and sa or the anian. So that A is just ending on a full sound for ganusa. And I don't want to get into it, but I'm going to get into it really quickly. Is if you look at this word down here, ajadawi. Ajadawi means shirt. But if we were to use it to incorporate different words, we would have to use the full word of ajadawitsila. Ajadawitsila. So, and the same thing goes for car down here. The root word zile, zile, because we would add the ga in the front to make it ga zele. But then it turns into gazeletsela when we use noun incorporation. Which one can I do really quickly? So let's look at to have a nice car. So the one I have highlighted here is nice house, ganusio. Ganusio. And if I were to turn it into a nice, I would add on here, because this is an A stem. Ja, da. Ja, da, we say. So we're just going to take this A off and add the I out. Or for the ones working with the Y, I would turn that into a Y. And that one. Ajadawitselio. Nice shirt. Let me just move this. And use the ga, because this would be a C stem, and we're idifying it. So ga is going to be the prefix for it. Ga, say, lit, say, Leo. Oops. Or like we said, got, say, let's say, Leo, a nice car. So I think it was last class we talked about when to use a Y and an I if you're using the Y method. So the Y is going to be the sound of under the yo, ya, ye, ye, yo. Same with the ja, j, g, jo. So it's gonna look like ya, ye, ye, yo. Or ja, j, jo. Ja, and jo. So that's just helping you separate. And when we had the we, it would be, say we have we, Lee, C, D, he, which other one am I forgetting? There's probably another one, but this is when the I happens. We, Lee, C, D, he. But then that Y, when it comes before the ya, ye, ye, yo, that will help it separate over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop sharing right here. So Julie, if you just want to do a little bit of house cleaning, your spiel. I'm just gonna sit in the background and I have a few videos I just want to share with the class to end off our session.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Alicia. All right, so again, this is the last class of the intermediate course. So a little bit of housekeeping. I'm just going to put in the link, a participation survey. What's going on here? I just want to thank Alicia for the instructions, the instructor for her instructor position. She's done a great job. It's nice to not have to, you know, she's very well adept at the digital skills. So I just have to sit in the background and listen and take in what everybody's learning. Not that I took in a lot, but I do also want to thank each of you for your participation and support for this program. Hopefully we will be able to offer more pilots in the future. So if you can just make sure to take some time, if not today, maybe after class, or save that link to complete that participation form for us. Good Learning Anywhere. Again, I've put in the learner links. I think I put it on the recording page, a link to our course catalogs. Currently, we have closed our registration for the summertime, but we will be reopening registration in the fall. So that link is available in the, I'll just do a quick screen share here. Here it is. One second. So on the recording link at the very bottom, I've added our course catalog link. Currently that's for spring, but that link will stay the same for our fall registration as well. So if you do have a look at those courses and you see something that you might be interested in, or you know a family or friend who may be interested in some of our courses, please be sure to have them contact and register with us in the fall. We also have a Facebook account. That link is at the very bottom here. If you'd like to stay up to date on the courses that we do offer, please be sure to follow us. Again, thank you again for your participation, and Miigwech, Nyawe, Alicia for helping make this pilot a success.
No, it's been a blast. I'm a little more freer when we're in person to person. It's a little nerve-wracking when you know you're being recorded. But I thought I'd just end our class with some resources from stuff that we've done. So I'm bringing up here the Ungwawana Genjokwa, and this is just some of the prefix stuff. So just share it.
Now is the time to get outside and explore, to travel in style and comfort with technology leading the way. Secure your Kia Seltos today.
Yeah, so I just want the class to know that if they ever want to go back and relearn things or get better at what we did through the classes, that information's out there. There's a ton of resources on YouTube. So we'll just bring this one up. And here's the cute little ones with the songs.
I'm going to go over the 11 blue prefixes attached to the root nuwes, which means to like something. Wage nuwes, it likes me. San nuwes, it likes you. Ro nuwes, it likes him. Yago nuwes, it likes her. Yo nuwes, it likes it. Yungini nuwes, it likes you and I, or it likes someone and I. Sending nuwes, it likes the two of you. Yungwan nuwes, it likes all of us, or it likes A and I. Sewan nuwes, it likes all of you. Rodi nuwes, it likes the males. Yodi nuwes, it likes the females.
If you can't remember when you last wore shoes, or even what day it is, if your family vacation at
So there was one on purple prefixes. There was also one I was trying to find. So if you look into their group, it's called Ungwawana Genjokwa.
Unuwes.
And this one, I think we talked about this at the beginning of the class.
Wage saru yago yo. Yungini sani yungwa sewa rudi yodi. Wage saru yago yo. Yungini sani yungwa sewa rudi yodi.
So even if you wanted to look in
Asta, Tegani, Asta, Gaeri, With, Yayak, Dada, Tatego, Kyoto, Oyeri.
just another one I found from a language nest here. If you would like to go back and practice working on how to introduce yourself.
Welcome to Today we're going to be looking at how to introduce yourself and how to interact with someone upon first meeting them. So when you first meet somebody, the first thing you do is you ask, what's your name? So Ohnahoda Yezayats literally means Ohnahoda, what Yezayats do they call you? And then to reply to that question, you would say your name, your jets. For example, Yerduhihawi, your jets. Yerduhihawi is what they call me. Where? No Yezayats. Yerduhihawi, your jets. Oknizo, no Yezayats. Kaya Dioni, your jets. Secondly, you would ask somebody what their last name is. So you would say, Ohnahoda Dezasanazere, which means what follows your name, or what is your last name? And then to reply, you would say your last name, Dewaksanazere. And notice how the word starts with de in both of them. It starts with de, so you keep the de, and then you would add your pronoun depending on who's doing the talking. Here it's Dedasanazere. And for me, Dewaksanazere. For example, Macumber Dewaksanazere. Macumber is what follows my name, or Macumber is my last name. Oh, and how did Dezasanazere? Macumber Dewaksanazere. Oknize, no, Dezasanazere. Barnes need Dewaksanazere. And then to ask somebody how old they are, you would say, Do, not Ezoseriagu, which literally translates into how many years have you crossed? The S being the pronoun for you. Then to reply, you would say the age you are, not the wagoseriago, the walk meaning me. For example, not the wagoseriago. I'm 42 years old. Donat desoseriago. Not the wagoseriago. Okniza, donat desoseriago. The wasa degani ni not the wagoseriago. And then to ask someone where they live, you would say, which means where do you live? The SE being the pronoun for you, where do you live? Then to reply, you would say the place and then the nagere. Yeah, meaning me, and nagere, where I live. So, for example, Gahnawage de nagere. Gahnawage is where I live. Got no is anagere. Gahnawage genagere. Okniza, got no is anagere. E only Gahnawage genagere. Thank you for watching. See you all again.
So I just want to share some of those resources. And I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their week, and hopefully we can go outside soon and those fires stop. So it was a pleasure getting to know all of you. Ona.
Miigwech. Linda, if you can just stay for a couple minutes and we can discuss the message I sent you. Linda Zogalo.
Zogalo. Yep, that's me.
Zogalo, thank you.
Now I know how to say it properly in Mohawk, except I'd have to watch that video again.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording again. Thank you, everybody, for your participation in this Mohawk Intermediate Pilot, and have a good day. Enjoy the summertime and stay out of that smoke if you can, if you need to.
Yeah, well,